Okay. Here it is. What you've been waiting for. The Grand Arena with our first team featuring Gold Team playing with a Disciplined Priest, High Heels, Grok Haze on Elemental Lime on Feral. A Disciplined Priest. On the Purple Team, Cooldown SP healing for Challenger and Mythzor. Playing Red Paladin and, that's right, Beast Mastery. And the gates will open. Standard opener. Hiding Ground Pillar. Playing it safe. This is a single knockout. Both stealthies are taking full advantage of the element of surprise. Sneaking up behind Challenger. Mythzor looking for position in these flare whiffs. Immediately, we have a root from Grokhaze as it looks like Mythzor is looking for the trap. He whiffs around the pillar. High Heels stuck around the pillar line of sight. Gold Team in the fat bars and purple with the skinny ones. A lot of buffs are flying in every direction as Mythzor has got a full rack of dots on him. Challenger frontlining between him and Lime, and High Heels gets stunned. Heimer of Justice fades. Grokhaze looking for a fat burst in Ascendance. Still has a few defensives on him. High Heels is now able to free cast in the back, and Cooldown SP is pressed by the mosh pit. Grokhaze basically playing neighbors with High Heels. Lime in the thick of it with Cooldown and Mythzor still on high HP. Kick over to Grokhaze. He might become the kill target on the next go. 50 seconds in, we are into the second phase of Arena. Cooldown getting knocked around with the Typhoons, and High Heels locked up in a stun, but Myth, the one who's looking the squishiest, gets a huge recovery. Health bar looking nice and juicy again. Lime wants a piece of that. Big fear from Cooldown SP. Ultimate Penitence comes through for the Gold Team and keeps things nice and balanced, healthy, and looking comfortable. Lime out of bear form dives onto Cooldown, is trying to hack his way through a Hex. Not a full rack of dots, but a fat rip, and Lime is low. He's the first to fall. And Gold Team has to pick either surrender or double down. Grok might be getting his next wind here soon, but he is on low HP, and High Heels is having a hard time coping. Myth not even CC'd on the backline. He is completely open to free casting. Grokhaze is not going down without a fight. He wants something from this. Blood for blood. To 10% dampening in a 2-minute game. High Heels is CC'd onto the side. Hammer of Justice with no dispel. I lied. It's a trinket. Rock on 50 and an ice trap for our boy. Unfortunately, he trinkets. Oh, thank goodness. But is Grok able to pop back up above 50? And it's going to be no, as Gold Team is knocked out, leaving their healer alone with a 0-kill game on Purple Team, who are standing tall and full HP, using High Heels as a target dummy. And that's game one. On to our next match of the night. We have Team DJ Swordman, DG True, Bullfish, and Oh Yeah Mander playing the Mistweaver combo with what appears to be Demonology Warlock and a previous Glad by the looks of things, and an Elemental Shaman. The burst here is going to be bananas. Now, for the folks at home who are unfamiliar, a quick little heads up. Mistweaver is a nasty healer with lots of CC. That little gold red orb you see on the cooldown tracker is Song of Chi-Ji. Oftentimes set up with paralysis, leg sweep to keep the player stationary, and then for the slam dunk, a little sleepy cloud, a little lullaby made out of mist. Can peek out nearly 14 seconds of unplayability. With Gold Team playing another Mistweaver, Arms Warrior, and what appears to be a Marksman Hunter. Standard opener. We have the Shaman dropping the roots around the corner. Bullfish out in the front. Gets hit with the playpen. The spear is down and locking things up. Bullfish already on half HP. The burst is insane. DJ True for Purple Team has to keep things nice and healthy. Valdescar trading at 50% HP. Can he pop back up to full? He's stunned in a leg sweep, and his teammate is also in a fear. Valdescar gets clutched it up with a turtle, blocking a lot of the damage, but not the dot damage is a careful thing to understand. Oh yeah, Mander sitting in open, getting free cast on Valdescar. And now we move into phase 2 of the arena. The second go is on the horizon as these teammates are pushing and pulling for each other's cooldowns to offset the other. Valdescar locked up in a stun and needs support from Mistweaver, but is blown out to Africa with a fear. paralysis, breaks free, gets the Soothing Mist, and is trying his best to recover, pops up to 60. Valdescar going to be paying this sweet Mistweaver some love after this arena. The ass-saving capability is through the roof. Beard off to the side for 5 seconds. No trinket to be seen. Valdescar sitting on 70, dropping low. Gets rooted instead. The focus is split. Valdescar to 50. Oh yeah, Mander, back shots. Someone's hot mic'd right now. Hex on this Mistweaver. 1:40 in. Not quite there for another go yet, but the damage doesn't stop. DJ True actually steps over the trap with nothing happening to him. Morg on 50. Mistweaver not yet locked up and eats a fear. Morg might be the first to fall in this matchup and gets a huge recovery. Life Cocoon all the way up to 60, and the health bar just snaps right back. Blizzard, if you're watching, did you fix burst or what am I looking at? The game has slowed down quite nicely. We're back into a lull. Trying to set up the other team. A lot more cooldowns have been spent, and there's random trinket cooldowns going off. Valdescar locked up in a Hex. Not sure what Mander is looking at right now. Fears Smist off to the side. But is this a setup? Does DJ True and Bullfish have enough pow to make this count? 3 seconds left on that Fear. Valdescar clearly going for the line of sight to keep himself protected while his teammate comes back. Paralysis onto Smith means that's not going to happen for a few more seconds. And Morg is a football field away. Smith needs to roll or something, or Morg goes down as 10 becomes 0. Knocks the one off, and now it's a 2v3. Do they commit? Do they go for blood? Valdescar getting 2v1. Turtle comes up. It's not blocking dots. And Mistweaver's locked up in a Hex. And Valdescar forfeits the match, snapping back to full HP and disconnecting. And DG True, DG Swordman goes to the next round. Poppin' Puggin out of the lineup. Bringing us to the next round against Team The Disappointments and I Am Horny. Other contestants in the purple playing Beastmaster on Beast Mastery. Excuse me, it's actually Survival wielding the boomstick, and Burnt on Frost and Hot Tacos on the Discipline Priest. Let's see on Nooked and Hold who takes it home. Uriel dives in, overshoots, and is quick to drop to 20% HP. Mother of God. Beastmaster, high HP. Team Purple's taking it pretty easy with this round. Discipline Priest slowing things down. Burnt dropping quick. Massive shield on Burnt, keeping him above 30, but he blinks away with Uriel just whapping on his backside. There's the first block of the night. Uh-oh, Hot Taco's locked up for 3, and the block's going to last for 1. Ultimate Penitence comes through. Burnt surviving. Zug Totem healing from the side. The only one in aggro range here is Hot Tacos, but Zug is not ignored. He gets thrown into a Diamond Ice trap, and Burnt is getting clapped by the melee combination. What is the win condition here for Burnt? It would be not dying, but unfortunately he has more glass than cannon, and Beastmaster and his teammate Hot Tacos are knocked out. Bringing us to the next round, we have Control-Alt-Defeat on Team Purple with Celestria. Wally, thanks for the follow. Horde Badia playing Unholy. Ozune with the Sweet Elemental. Gonna be whipping meatballs of the enemy team. You have another Mistweaver, so expect that crazy CC combo. Hopefully it doesn't get broken. Team Casting Couch with Stoneblood on the Ret, Tiffany Heal on the disc, and Demonic Cow on appears to be Boomkin, I think. Standard opener. Melee straight to the center. Beefing it out. Ozune trying to get into position. Stormkeeper coming up, and the burst is winding up. Horde Badia getting lasered by Stoneblood and Demonic Cow. Ozune not feeling any pressure here. Ultimate Penitence to counter, and Horde Badia needs to survive. The Life Cocoon is clutch as we are blocking more damage that's incoming. Pain suppression onto Stoneblood, and he is a pretty beefy character, no pun intended, but it's surprising to see him play in the open. I have countless matches of him playing around line of sight and blasting people with Dawn Lights. Demonic Cow goes for the Typhoon. As a matter of fact, he's playing Feral, so there's a lot of dot damage in this mix. Blind onto Celestial, opens up a wombo onto Horde Badia, but quick to break out of it, leading us to phase 2 of the arena with the bursts all spent, and now each team is testing one another for which opening will present itself. Horde Badia being the kill target and consistently showing that it's miserable to play DK, let's be honest. Stoneblood with the PA still. PS, excuse me. Cyclone going out onto Celestria. Does that open things up for Horde Badia to die? And their health bar just does not want to go above 70. Celestria representing Mistweavers here very poorly. I'm so blown away even through the AMS. Come on, make health bar go up. It is what your class does. And Tiffany here, mind controls onto Azune, trying to get some kind of a break. Demonic Cow, honestly, not feeling any pressure, and this is the first time I've seen a Feral live so comfortably. War Stomp gets Horde Badia locked up, can't get away on the pony. Tiffany finally eating a CC in line of sight of Azune. Horde Badia still taking damage. Eating it like a fat kid eats cake at a birthday party, you greedy schmuck. And here we go into phase 3, frankly. It's 2 minutes, and now we're working on dampening at 10% and climbing. Tiffany on half mana. Celestria hasn't touched the mana brew yet. Coming in for the combo. Stoneblood and Demonic Cow. Now need to be careful here. Paralysis and leg sweep. There's not a good distance for Song of Chi-Ji, so this is going to open things up for Tiffany to just hit the recovery button. Stone and Demonic Cow trying to rinse Horde Badia for their lunch money, and they will take it. Bringing us to the next round. And the gates will open. Starting off with a standard opener. In the open field. Haven't used line of sight. Zerg quickly retreats to the back line. Gets away from the burst. But unfortunately, snapped in half like a Kit Kat. Unfortunate. Scratching their name off the list. They'll be moving on to the next round. Alrighty, we're on to the next matchup of the night here in the Robodrome. Ladies and gents, here in the Robodrome, we advise to have a good time. One of my favorite matchups of all time, actually favorite arenas of all time. You see all this tech stuff around, the meme is implied. We have Team RMP played by Phantoms. On the Holy Priest, first one, Frost Mage with Eli and Mix. On the Sub Rogue, on purple. On Yellow Team, we have Nobody Licks Pump with Pump and Jumps at the front line playing Arms Warrior. The man, the myth, the goat, Housing Main with the sap early. Root Mimimix out of stealth. Quick little Bladestorm from Pump to deter any CC. Tooth Licker playing enhancement for Yellow Team as well. Nobody good on the Presvoker. We have a lot of CC already spent. Mimimix feared off to the side. Eli in the playpen. Demolish lands. But, oh, look at this, folks. Zerk, take notes. This mage lasted more than a second. It actually got to survive one of the bursts coming out of Pump and Chump. No ice block necessary. A root on Mimimix he can't play the game. And Tootlicker is just looking for his next thing to whap on. Nobody good gets the sleep off onto Phantoms for 4 more seconds. He can't play the game. Eli gets nobody with a sheep. No block. And a huge smoke bomb. Tootlicker goes gopher mode, goes underneath the ground with Burrow, and nobody good. It's locked up in a cheap shot, and it looks savage. Unbelievable. Sub Rogue just absolutely deletes the healer, and that is par for the course. That's a golf term, folks, for to be expected, but if you're on the internet too much, baseball, huh? Toothlicker's next to fall, and RMP shows just how oppressive it can be, and Pump and his team are eliminated from the round, and the tournament advances. And we are right back to the Robo... What the fuck? Robodrome! I meant to say the Robodrome! Absolutely goated arena match. Whew, out of breath. You guys want to see something spooky? Okay. We have on the yellow team Rotten Beef Wellington featuring Welly on the Ret Pal. Derek Fisher, Affliction. Muerte on Unholy. Fighting off against Rail Me. Playing Resto. Cutlass on Retribution. And Oblivimoo. Well, appears to be Enhancement. Oh yeah, those are melee strikes for sure. Huge mosh pit. Purple team. Rotten Wellington takes full advantage. Except, is what I would say if there wasn't a massive amount of CC flying in every direction. Game's almost over in the first 30 seconds. We're going to lay on hands on Derek Fisher from up to 10%. Sacrifice goes out. Welly covering his teammate perfectly. He's been practicing the Holy Pal, I have to tell you. Absolute legend. Up to the top deck, gets charged on. Derek seems to be the kill target, and it is oppressive. Welly locked up in a Hammer of Justice. Is there anything else he can do to pop Derek back up to full HP? Derek's been pretty good about using his health stones, so he's down by 1. Absolute mosh pit on Derek. This is what we're talking about, folks. If you're playing Affliction, what chance do you got? You are the kill target. Fear goes out, whiffs again. He's trying to get the precog. He has it. Finally, the bop comes up, but there's a lot of holy damage and wind damage coming up. Nature and holy are magic class. Derek hovering at 10%. Welly pumping out an enormous amount of healing. And somehow gets him up to 100% almost, but Derek might get into execute phase here if Welly doesn't do something popping out of the cyclone. Something desperate just to keep Derek alive. I would love to see somebody peel Cutlass and Oblivimoo off of Derek, but he has to do his own peeling while he gets locked up. Derek playing peekaboo. Welly locked. Is he the kill target? And there's no bubble to respond. And Welly is knocked out. All right, gamers, you're here for the next round, closing in on the quarterfinals. We're in round 2, bracket 2. There'll be 2 more brackets in the winners category. And after the second round, of course, after 4 matches, we'll be going to get the first round of the losers bracket. Thank you for following. Name in Korean I cannot pronounce or possibly understand. It is a pleasure to have you here. All right, in 10 seconds, the match will begin. DJ Swordman coming out the gate with Oh Yeah Mander and Bullfish up against the yellow team, Cooldown SP Challenger and Mythzor. Standard opener, quick charge to the center. Comes out of stealth early, and Mythzor is trying to lay some damage. Oh, might be navigating, making some on-the-fly decisions here. DJ True is recasting for the most part. Cooldown SP doesn't have a lot of contest, and here comes the combo from DJ True. Fears to retaliate. True breaks out of the fear into a binding shot, is stunned up, and 3 sets of 1v1s are happening at the moment. DJ True breaks away from cooldown SP. Both healers are able to free cast. Bullfish is getting lasered by Challenger, and Mander comes in for the Howl of Terror, breaking cooldowns away, but he breaks out of the fear early. Bullfish might be the kill target. He has complete line of sight lined up with this sword and Challenger, who is feared off to the side. The Life Cocoon sustains his health bar and might set him up for another go. A quick gust of wind pushes him up onto the upper deck. Challenger is quick to follow up. DJ True coming into the mosh pit in a huge leg sweep. Myth's Door's tempo will not be broken as he continues to lay damage down as quickly jumps out of the leg sweep. Fear onto DJ True is broken once again, and Bullfish is trying to run for his life, lining his healer in two, and he doubles back. He does not want to be today's Zerk. He will not be snapped in half like a Kit Kat. He is aware of where his healer is and is not going to let anybody make him a fool. Things are starting to mellow out. Coming into phase 2 of the arena. We're spending cooldowns without a lot of setup. Overlapping Hex and Howl of Terror. Bullfish almost AFK on the side. Doesn't have much to do. Challenger is throwing up the Divine Protection, which will explode for damage. Super underrated. If you see this little glowy shield on a Paladin, remember, it will truck you if you're close enough. It explodes whether you damage it or you leave it alone. Challenger gets feared on half HP. Bullfish feeling a little bit tight. Astral Shift gives him a 40% DR, letting him sustain through things, but that won't be available for about 45 to a minute and 45, leaving him open to the next go if that's going to happen. A lot of disruption. Mander does not want anything happening for free. There is no such thing as free damage. Gets the spell bop, which is a clutch decision over regular bop. A lot of magic damage from this enemy team. Here comes the fear. Things are out in the open, so free casting is a major issue. Ice onto DJ True means he can't save purple team, so Bullfish is unsupported until DJ rolls forward to recover. Cooldown SP, honestly, not taking a whole lot of pressure. Gets kicked, but he's not feeling too much of it. Challenger with Bubble feels pretty safe, and Cooldown SP is able to sustain him from around the corner. Penance doing a great job. Gets Howl of Terror. Cooldown SP. Someone must have tipped off Mander because now he's getting the combo of the century with no bubble to speak of. Challenger has to find a way to stay alive, and he's in dangerous waters at 10%. The Wake of Ashes comes through, keeps his health bar nice and fresh. The Hex on cooldown SP as he goes for the upper deck. 3 minutes and going on 4. There's so much sustain, and the mana bars are not even sweating on the healers, it looks like. Cooldown SP might be losing the mana battle now with no breaks to go and drink. He's feared off to the side, but is this a fear for a fear's sake, or is this a go on Challenger, who's mortal coiled? Goes back to his healer at line of sight. This is brilliant footwork. Always be mindful of where your healer is at. Don't be the one who gets pranked. Paints up, and a big shield on Challenger. Cooldown SP, I guess, is trying to find a way to make a drink. He's just getting distance for I don't know why. Mythzor, still teamed up, clustered up with his teammates, gets rooted by Bullfish, who's using the upper deck. Great line of sight. Separation anxiety, nerfing down the pet damage a little bit. Mythzor's control over the pets here is getting dire. He has Bestial Wrath, but what are the results? Mythzor, low, on the go. Is there any way for cooldown SP to come back out? It's not necessary, as Turtle softens up things. Roar of Sacrifice, softening things up. Challenger, low, but cooldown SP is a Disc Priest, so we need a prayer. We need a miracle. And somehow, I'm going to take notes on this later, he made health bar go up on Disc Priest. Either that's crazy damage, great fade to the fear, doesn't want to get pranked by Mander's attempt, who is feared in retaliation. Mander not getting focused here. It is tough to say. Mythzor and Challenger want somebody to get snapped in half, but cooldown and Mythzor is split over the tiger statue. Sacrifice goes out, a grip back. Challenger walking slowly, striding back to his healer. And I gotta tell you guys, is not looking great for Challenger and Mythzor. Ultimate Penitence comes through, and the sustain is nice, but 24% dampening has another story to tell. Bullfish and Mander don't really look like they've been suffering too much. They get CC'd every now and again, and I'm lagging the heck out as things snap back to reality. Oh yeah, Mander actually locked up this time. A combo fear breaks out of it with no trinket. Is there anything to punish? Lots of CC going off. Mythsaur split from cooldown and is the first to fall in a 5, nearly 6-minute game. And my heart is pounding like a car alarm. When you run dampening like that, with the endurance that DJ Swordman's team, purple team, showed, it is going to be tough to beat. Now, does that endurance have what it takes to last against that Devourer Demon Hunter we saw? Stay tuned in. We'll be right back with the next team. And here we have Team Steady Clappin'. Give it up. Hype train in the chat for your war chief and competitor tonight. His name is literally War Chief. Guild Master of not 1, not 2, but 3. And possibly 4 if you count the Alliance. Who does? Guilds. From Make Durotar Great again, it's War Chief playing Restoration Shaman. His main. And dripped out in Horde swag. Get the fit check real quick. I'm Shaft playing what appears to be enhancement with Wally on the arms. As the gates open on the gold team, we have Radiant Wing, Uriel, and Zug Totem playing Resto, arms, and Rat. Standard opener. Healer's playing off the pillars. I'm freaking out. Uriel is getting smashed in half. Oh, excuse me. I'm Shaft XX playing the enhancement with War Chief. You can see 2 giant puddles on the ground. One of them is friendly and one of them is not. Notice carefully as both teams are avoiding the puddles, much to the rage of every shaman across the globe. Uriel getting snapped, broken down to 30, pops back up to 60. Wally and Shaft getting huge damage downrange. Radiant, I don't think, has had any need for cooldowns yet, except Spell Bop and regular shield. Divine Protection is recharging as we speak. He's on half and pops back up to full. Yellow team is playing it out. War Chief hasn't been CC'd, but Zug Totem eats the first frog of the match. Uriel low, and Zug Totem has to respond. Riptides are nice, but they're better when your healer is not locked in a CC. Advertisement break real quick. Real quick. Quick ad break. Zug Totem was caught in commercial while Uriel got whopped to the dirt. And Radiant's the next to fall. For this bracket, Team Steady Clappin' defeats I Am Horny and advances to the next round. Stay tuned, folks. The next team we have is Casting Couch versus Grass Fed. And we'll be right back. All right. Hype it up. Team Casting Couch on the yellow with Tiffany healing on Discipline. With Stoneblood Rhett. Demonic Cow Feral. 15 seconds to the gates opening. Up against the purple team. Chromosomes, Surf the Vibes, and Pam Chicken. This is the one-shot combo we fear most. Backwards Turtle. You tell me if they made it to the water. Stepping up quick. Stoneblood out in the front. Quickly chopped by 20%, 30, 50. Shield goes up and Divine Protection is active. Chromosomes laying out the Void Ray. And it whiffs the Solar Beam. We have trinkets already being sent. Tiffany playing out in the open. Demonic Cow on 50, 30, 10. Pain Sup is out, but is it too late? We see the health bar pop back up to full. Demonic Cow in a full Cyclone. Avoiding any healing. That does negate healing, by the way. It is a two-way street. Immunity to all things. Pam Chicken whiffs the next Cyclone. Surf the Vibes is leading to get the next CC train. Fierce Surf the Vibes punishing that bad monk. Stoneblood on half pops back up to 90 after this round. Cyclone comes through. Stoneblood cannot be recovered. Instead, he is sitting pretty. But here's the thing about Stoneblood. It's the wings you have to look out for on this bull. Tiffany getting locked up on the side. Multiple attempts at a Song of Chi-Ji. There will be no lullabies for Tiffany. She does not like singing. Cyclone comes through again. Onto Demonic Cow. There'll be no recovery. Things are basically spinning wheels more than actual aggression is happening. Stoneblood switching a lot of targets here. The Cyclones are kind of nasty, but what are they setting up? That is the question. Pamp locking it down again with a Cyclone. Demonic Cow stepping up to Chromosomes. Who is the kill target? Chromosomes finally entering Metamorphosis here in a moment? Possibly. Demonic Cow is low. Spellbop comes through, protecting any further aggression. A shield from Barkskin. Spellbop expires. Stoneblood stepping up to Pamp Chicken. Switches target possibly again. Goes for the blind on Surf. Chromosome's allowed to free cast in the back, and there's not enough range on that Void Ray to make anything connect. Mind Control on his Surf is interrupted as gets precog. Interesting. Free Penance. Pamp Chicken is low. Win condition is going to make itself known any second now. Metamorphosis is from Chromosomes means that this Devourer is eating up the competition. Tiffany, how do you respond? How do we react? Stoneblood is low on 50, pops back up to 70, 90. It is floating in that health bar quite nicely. Demonic Cow low may not be ranged against Tiffany, who gets the ultimate penitence off. Can't be CC, can't be slowed down. Things are stabilized once again, but we are bleeding cooldowns like crazy. My God, this is it. This is Endurance. Immovable object facing Unstoppable Force. And frankly, Unstoppable Force is kind of losing right now. In terms of mana, Surf the Vibes has more, but Demonic Cow goes down and bringing us to the next round. Thank you all. You've waited patiently for this. And the winner's bracket, it is Team RMP Academy featuring Mimi, Eli, Phantom, playing the usual suspects. I don't have to announce it. On the purple team, it is that sweaty Sweatlord team that you guys counted on seeing in every tournament, no matter what it is. Unofficial, guild, bracketed, Blizzard tournament, the AWC, it is RMP, and you expected it just like I did. Facing off in the gold against Performance Anxiety, his team. Performance Anxiety with Railme on Resto. Kurtless playing Retribution. And the enhancement, God in Blivimu. Don't let Tawa know I said that. And the gates are open. Standard opener. Mimi goes in with a sprint. Stealth. Gets a Blivimu. Sapped up. Cutlass. Please do not fall this day. Thank goodness that Resto can start in stealth. Gets the recovery. Mimi's locked up in a root. Might actually get the stealth reset being out of combat this long. Does not. As a matter of fact, gets to have to... Oh my God. Commits the Vanished, even though he was moonfired. Eli getting hammered. Stacking with his Priest. Big Fear and Polymorph comes through, but Railme gets snapped in half. We are sending the next challenge. We have teams steady clapping with Wally and Shaft being killed by a War Chief on the yellow team. On purple, we have DG Swordman. Oh yeah, Manager on the Aflock. and another enhancement shaman. Let's go ahead and see how this pans out. And the gates will open. Standard opener. Everybody rushes to the center. We have basic teleports being placed. The Warlock always comes prepared. I think he put down health stones there. Definitely in the back there. Oh, yeah, Mander getting pressed up against the wall, kiting away from his teleport and takes it and snaps away. War Chief playing on line of sight. Does not want DG to touch him bad. But unfortunately for War Chief, that ain't happening. Locked behind line of sight. War Chief has to pull out bullshit. Random bullshit. Go. Recovering IM Shaft from 30 to 50 and back up to 60. And topping off at around 80 before the combat restarts chipping away at his health bar. I lied. He's actually going to go to 90. And it looks like DG Swordman is pressed. Oh yeah, Mander doing his best to just put damage down range. He teleports away. Nice. He lines up War Chief with a fear, but the Tremor Totem comes down, and it's a clean one. This is why War Chief is the best. He never loses track of what's happening on the battlefield. Shaft gets a good heal. Playing around this pillar. Hugging it like he's a college chick working her way through college. DJ True out in the center. I'm not sure if this is the wisest choice or if he doesn't have his Transcendence teleport placed down anywhere. He is in the thick of it. Leg sweep. Claps Wally and Shaft. Bullfish just getting double damage out onto Wally and Shaft. Shaft is pushed away with a Mortal Coil. Oh yeah, Mander's health bar isn't moving too much, but he gets almost kicked on Tyrant. Here it is. Now, I'm not really sure how much damage Tyrant does, but it's definitely not nothing. It's kind of chipping away at Shaft. Little healing puddle placed down. War Chief is looking for that pillar again. Doesn't want to be struck too hard by the air elemental in the center who's just going apeshit. Lots of pets on Team DG Swordman. War Chief is playing this so clean. He only wants to be operating around pillars. He is picking out every advantage possible. He's keeping Riptide up on his teammates. I'm Shaft. Needs to defend himself a little bit. Healing Tide going through, almost through the wall. Look at this angle. His lines are crisp. Run the fade, Team DJ Swordfish. You better clap this team before they clap you right back. Oh yeah, Mander and Bullfish are trying to find out who their next kill target is, and I Am Shaft has been the one who's getting shafted the entire round, but War Chief does not want to let his teammate become the sucker. Astral Shift comes through. The comms must be clean as more summons are griefing whoever's on that pillar. DJ True could definitely be using a CC right now in order to set things up. We're talking about a massive threat in the tournament with War Chief with his two, frankly, top 10 players. Shaft needs a big heal. Don't get knocked out quite yet. The burrow is clutch. The bleeds almost take him under. As he pops back from being underground, War Chief is playing it easy. He almost frankly ranged War Chief, if I'm being honest. Wally playing catch up. That gnome racial seeing no use, honestly, against this zero root team. I don't think Bullfish has refreshed a single Earth Grab totem. War Chief stuck in a hex. His teammates lining him. Not ideal. DG True in the back getting enough chain lightning down range to simulate a microwave, frankly. But he's not cooking up some ramen. He's cooking up Team Steady clapping. There's the next route. War Chief doesn't line. He's perfectly angled on this, and he's peeking out. Bullfish gets the route. Oh, he gets the hex. DJ True almost eats a CC, and oh, yeah, Mander, the Warlock, is about to drop sub 50. Blinks away. War Chief, do you go for the Lava Lash? Do you go for the Lava Burst for the disrespect? Unclear. Wally doesn't care about the Ring of Peace. He just, like, swirls right through it, spin to win, my brother. Quick little hex on the War Chief does absolutely nothing. Bullfish needs to be CC'd with this Farseer Shaman lasering I Am Shaft. War Chief is a good healer, but there's only so much healing can do. Coverage is nice, And Deep Healing Mastery is even better. The Riptide discipline here is insane. But I'm not sure what's going on with the health bars. Shaft is the only one who seems to be under threat. Warchief is getting a quick drink, I think, around the pillar. The burst has been spent, frankly. He can get away with it. What is the choice here? Oh yeah, Mander gets pressured. Shaft lining his healer. DJ True needs to eat some kind of CC to open up Oh Yeah Mander. But with Wally and Shaft, I think their idea here is to unreal clip that chat. The playpen goes down and the spear yoinks Mander back from his teleport, immediately putting him in the open field. There's a cocoon that gets spent. That's a cooldown blown, and Wally switches target over to DG True. Holy moly. Wally is hungry for it. He knows the cooldowns have been spent. Oh yeah, Mander behind line of sight. DJ in the center. Bullfish just free casting, frankly. He gets rooted away out of range, so that's kind of a plus. And Wally's hungry for it. He knows DJ True has to contend with Mortal Strike to heal through the healing reduction. And at 20, nearly 30% dampening, is this big brain? Is this the power of Gen Alpha? The youth IQ? The kid? The god? Making full use of his kid. He's not letting up. Oh yeah, Mander has definitively become the kill target, and Warchief is sitting back pretty with enough heals to spare. Oh yeah, Mander and Bullfish's win condition here honestly relies on DJ True stepping up to Warchief and then putting Shaft in the ground. This is insane. Warchief is keeping pace on mana with a Mist Weaver of all things. The endurance is insane. I'm speculating a 7-minute match. Warchief is hexed. Shaft gets stunned and pops out of Hex with a huge heal. Gets peeled by the Ring of Peace, and Bullfish is trying to bully Warchief. Warchief laying down lightning bolts. Wally stepping forward, putting up Drew in the playpen. Shaft committing. Does this leave Oh Yeah Mander to free cast? Bullfish in the Hex. Will this be an 8-minute match? Hex doesn't land. Warchief playing in the open field. Shaft is kind of eating this dampening very poorly. Warchief has done so much, working absolute miracles to recover him. You're seeing it here right now. Bullfish sees Shaft in the open ground and has complete focus. If a Hex goes onto Warchief, this could be over for Shaft in another burst. The separation. Is there a kick? Shaft lining. True is not paying too much attention, and Bullfish is committed to CCing more than damage. And Chief goes for another drink. Wally is low. Shaft is low. Warchief feels no pain, no pressure, and DJ True. Folks, hype in the goddamn chat. This is nearly a 9-minute match in the quarterfinals of the Arena Championship. How is this going on? This is a pure display of skill, and Warchief is at the peak of it. Am I bouncing on a little bit? Maybe. Slobbing? Definitely. But look at the fucking expression of skill. Bullfish low. Oh yeah, Mander low. DJ True is out of mana. The metagaming here, the long game, 9 minutes goes off in 20 seconds as I'm Shaft gets lasered. Feared from Warchief. Break out of it, Warchief. Shaft gets healed. excuse me, I keep saying DJ. True is working off of fumes. That was his last roll of the match. Manatee comes through, and Warchief gets another drink, although it might not be actually necessary. He needs to step up right here, right now, before DJ pranks the fuck out of him. Does anybody else's check engine light seem to be on? Because in my head, my heart is going insane. Still somehow 9 minutes, and if it could be 10, DJ True is the kill target, and if Wally gets this charge and puts him into execute, crazy break off with the fear. Berserker Rage comes through. Wally is going to be the deciding factor here. If any one of these players gets into execute and Wally has his way with them, 50% dampening. The chat is too still, and my heart is going insane. Mander locked up. Warchief, I don't know what he's doing around the corner here. He gets stunned. Wally just chasing down his dinner. The fear comes through onto Shaft. No tremor. Hex. Bullfish running on fumes. I'm not sure what's going on. DJ True is trying his best to get a sneaky little drink. Where is the game-ending kaboom? Wally jumps forward. Playpen down. DJ can't get away. DG. My brain's got to fix itself. War Chief still at 40 on mana. DG. Life Cocoon comes through. A blink away from the Warlock. Goes somewhere off my screen. Can't find him. Found him again. Fear comes through. Is it a peel or is it a grief onto... Yep. War Chief's far away now. He's got to make it up. Wally hungry for it. Bladestorm. Riptide. Healing Tide. The chain heals for free. And DG is low on mana once again. He is just working off of it like fumes. Like a 300,000 mile Volvo. But the engine keeps going. Somehow. War Chief is kicked and stunned. Wally and Shaft are healthy. And this is it. True is truly out of mana. And that is it. That is it. All right, folks. I'm truly not ready for this. This is Grass-Fed versus RMP Academy. We had a massive round from Surf the Vibes, Chromosomes, and Pamp with a lot of bursts that actually went pretty long against Team Casting Couch. Slip through the gate here. Quick little fit check here. Nope. And the game will begin. Standard opener. We're looking at a defensive round from Team RMP. As it opens, Eli steps up with early CC. Surf the Vibes doesn't get in the Ring of Frost because we have it kicked by Solar Beam from Pamp. Me. Good lord, how is it tournament legal for health bars to move like that? This is Team Nuke v Nuke, and Eli is almost snapped immediately. Phantom in the angel form, it was the only thing that was going to react without being CC'd in order to keep Eli alive. Me is behind the pillar, locked up in a paralysis, and is now half HP themselves. No smoke bomb yet. But we do see Shadow Blades has been burnt. Surf the Vibes lands themselves in a Poly Fear combo, and Pamp is feeling pressured. There's the smoke bomb. Unbelievable. Did that Druid just survive annihilation? Even with Shadow Blades down, how does a health bar move like that versus Sub Rogue? Impossible game balance. Blizzard, take a note. Damage from across, lots of control. Surf the Vibes is locked out, but he's not down. And as one team trades a nuke, it just recoils with another. Mimi drops to 50, Pop's still on 100, and Phantoms, here it comes, back to 100%. Everybody is topped off in full, and so now it's just a countdown to who gets annihilated. A stun onto Surf the Vibes. Chromosomes in darkness during the stun. At 50, dropping to 30, Pops to 60. And Mimi, again, just nuke. Unreal how the trades are going out, and it's just going to get worse with the dampening. The first Cyclone of the match is landed on the Phantoms. And now we're CCing for CC's sake, it looks like. Oh, shit. Surf has to trinket. Life Cocoon out onto Chromosomes. But what's bad news about this is that in about 60 seconds, Shadow Blades is going to come back. And then what's the answer then? Eli getting chopped in half. Phantoms, no CC on it. Oh, wait. Gets clipped and broken out of the GG. No lullabies. Surf the Vibe is locked up in a kidney shot. There is 3 stuns active and a polymorph breaking out, and a fear for 5 seconds. Chromosome is snapped, and we are moving up into the finals. Behold, and the gates will open. Here it is, RMP versus Team Steady Clappin'. Standard opener. We see Mimi actually conserving the sprint on the opener. Eli going slow. They're all stacked up. We see one player switch. Wally must have gone and race swapped. I think he's actually on Orc right now for the stun. The stun duration. Shaft needs to survive this. There's no way War Chief's team is going out like that. Not like chumps. There is so much CC going on to War Chief. It's absurd. This is technically abuse. Prepare for a guild kick. Using that pillar nice. Not gonna get feared. Playing it easy. Firehammer. See, Wally is doing well to counter. Die by the sword is up. Kenny's shot is about to expire. Cheap shot onto Shaft. Big damage. Eli is pacing out himself too. Now, you already burnt 2 Rays of Frost. It is not over yet. Firehammer stepping up to Eli. Gets the Blade Storm to break out of the root and stays on top of Mimimi to keep him in combat. Fear onto Mimimi. Okay. With a dot as well. We're not going to see a reset. We do see a stun into a fear most likely. Any tremor totems available. Burrow. Mind control onto War Chief. Is there a tremor? Good kick and saves himself. He needs to step up to Firehammer. He leaps back. There's a lot of peeling going on here. We have 14 seconds until another nuke is ready for Mimi. Team Steady Clappin' has to be ready for this. There has to be some way to diffuse Mimi's damage. If they go in to execute CC coverage, here it is. Shadow Blades is ready and it's active. There's a stun onto War Chief. He breaks free. Shaft is on 50 and low. Blades is still hot and Ray of Frost is coming up. Chief is playing this so well, and I see the counters. Good gameplay from both sides. Mimi's trying to prank War Chief, it looks like. He has to commit the vanish. Eli getting double team from the side. This could be the win condition for Team Steady Clappin'. The Ring of Frost is down. War Chief is locked up. Shaft needs to break free. Into the stun from the smoke bomb. Rooted, staying in range. There is a huge healing tide totem. They have done everything in their power to basically grief the rogue and focus the mage. This is the play. This is the win condition for Team Steady Clappin'. Is to get this mage to burn Ice Block enough times while keeping the priest locked up without letting the rogue basically free cast with Shadow Blades, which is again coming in 20 seconds. That nuke is being armed. War Chief is feared off to the side. Shaft, come on. Tough it out, brother. Is there enough healing in the tank? I believe there is. But unfortunately, with a cheap shot, it is closed out. And still one vanish in the tank for Mimi. The amount of control here is insane. And Mimi will go on. Team RMP will go on to engage in the finals against the losers champion for the final rounds of the night. No, not before we see how the losers actually shape up their games. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hopefully no kids are watching this. We have our first round of the losers bracket. Team Performance Anxiety versus the Fruit Basket. Featuring on the purple team as I smash into this door. High Heels on Discipline. Getting ready to heal Mr. Groghaze on Elemental and Lime on the Feral. Predictions in chat. Versus. Okay. versus Realme on Resto with Rhett and Oblivimu on the enhancement. And the gates, you know it, will open. Standard opener, rushing to the center. Lime looking for the sneaky trades positions with Rail, and a cat train has begun. Rake on Rake. Oblivimu in the back line. Grok getting blasted to 50, popping to 90. High heels, keeping things steady. No pressure on high heels or Railme quite yet. Random hex onto Grok to try and disrupt his burst. Lime gets sucked up in a cyclone. Grok on 50, and high heels has to recover. Dude's glitching around like an Australian lag wizard. Lime has cycloned after his own attempt at a cyclone. Ultimate Penitence comes through. 50% for Grok Haze. Knocks up, but honestly, where's the tempo? Who's got the damage to start making these health bars shift? And it's looking like team performance anxiety. In the yellow are the ones who are going to make mountains move, and Grok is knocked to 50, popped to 90. Grok still feeling pressure, getting more water hosed on him than an AI data center in modern 2026. Lime comes through to retaliate, covering his teammate with an in-cap. Hex on the cut, and is broken immediately. Grok, put the hose away, guys. It is just absolute punishment. 0 caffeine. Actually, I'm just jittery AF. Man, oh man, oh man. Come on, Grok, pull it through. At 10%, he is knocked into the dirt, and Lime has to grieve his teammate with no possibility of a res. High heels. Didn't eat too much CC, but still, with oppression like that, Cutlass and Oblivimu are just showing off an absolute masterclass of their understanding of a DPS rotation. Now, that's kind of a messed up picture, seeing a cow ride a horse, so I'm going to scrape that out of my memory. All right, folks. Favorites in the chat. Thanks to you guys, we have made it to the #1 World of Warcraft stream of the night. And we didn't even have to compete with Venruki. You're a legend. Thank you. Cooldown SP, healing the Disc Priest up with Rhett, Challenger, and Beastmaster Mythzor. And through the small vision of this jail cell, across the map, Muerte, Welly, and Beastmaster, playing Beastmaster on Holy and Welly on the Holy Paladin. Big damage off the rip. Cooldown sent running for the line of sight. He won't be making that mistake anytime soon. Going to the safety of his pillar. Lay on hands already onto Muerte. But he is immediately dropped down to 20 and popped up to 60. Mythzor. People are just trading Godzilla-sized burst onto one another. No raid bosses in this matchup. Muerte at full tilt. Beastmaster whap it into the backside of Mythzor. Incredible damage, but also incredible healing. Welly able to keep things nice and tidy. Cooldown SP locked up in a trap, and Mythzor is on critical HP, blinded, and Mythzor is the first to fall. Cooldown SP cowering in fear. But Challenger having a good time. Check out that little dance. Don't go anywhere. We have our next match starting right away. And you don't want to miss the grand final. Team RMP will be going up against the grand champion of the losers bracket. So stay tuned. All right, folks, we're in for a treat, and I say that because I'm hungry for Kit Kats. It's the man, the mist, the gust of wind, Zerk LOL. His team, We Might Lose, facing off against Team Rotten Beef Wellington. Tafita on the heels. Going up against, it'll be We Might Lose versus Team Rotten Beef Wellington. Here we go, standard opener, going for the pillar. How do we open? Beastmaster diving in, Jellybean already charged. Zerk spending precious moments in invisibility before reality snaps. He's made it 18-20 seconds now. The snowdrift is up. He's got alter time and pain suppression going on. He lands the turtle. Snaps back through alter time. He's doing a lot better this round. Have we actually launched any Ray of Frost? We've only done one so far. Muerte. Beastmaster, kind of tied up, more than able to put damage down range. Oh, Team Welly's looking fierce. Welly's a little bit tired. He said he didn't get a break yet. Mind control onto Welly means that... Wait a second. What am I watching? Beastmaster flanking around. Whiffs the trap on Tafita in the backline. Muerte does not want to let go of Zerk. I swear to God, he's trying to hold his hand or something. Grips him back like a possessive X. And Welly's going around. Might be looking for a... Oh, good stun. Is this enough to lock up Zerk and Jellybean? Doesn't follow through on the blind. And Welly is out of my peripheral. He is just off in no man's land. Takes a turtle. Muerte stepping up. Beastmaster, honestly, Team Welly is on low HP and Muerte gets laid on hands. Welly is throwing out Flash of Light, building up that holy power. Beastmaster and the polymorph breaks out of it. Jellybean. What's going on here? Muerte. Zerk gets the stun. Ice Wall going out. Welly just goes around it with the bubble popped. I don't know if there's a play here. Beastmaster locked up in a poly and not a lot of damage is going down range. We have a Glacial Spike to Beastmaster. Does about maybe 5% of his HP. Not a whole lot of chunk. But the Shadow Priest should not be left to free cast. That is bad news. Polymorph lands on the Wellington. But is that a setup or is that just buying time? Muerte, the next to take a lot of damage. Welly already on 40% HP, and this is the downfall of having a Holy Paladin. He's getting locked up on a lot of things. Tafita doing a wonderful job at keeping Zerk alive. He has gone nearly 3 minutes without popping that ice block. The last one in his pocket. He knows he wants to hold on to it. Glacial Spike going on to Beastmaster. Playing around the pillar. Welly stepped up to the melee. And Muerte gets healed back up to 100%. Taking a lot of damage here. I hope Welly remembered all of his beacons this time. AMS from Muerte. Kind of losing focus here. I think it's the fatigue from being in the tournament for so long. And yes, this has been nearly 4 hours, I think. Even I'm getting to my limits. Lots of burst is getting countered by great healing. Welly sadly doesn't have a chance to drink. Ponies forward into the melee range. Is there a reason for it? He gets Divine Protection off. He's polyed. Muerte low on 10%. Can he spike back up again? And he falls, giving Zerk, Team I Might Lose, a small W. Beastmaster and Welly are the last ones survive. But with Welly on low mana like this, I think the CC was enough. Even if overlapping Priest Fear is a bit tough, Welly's the next to fall, and the damage ought to be respected. How is this going to do against Team RMP? I'm not sure, but that was redemption for Zerk. Stay tuned. Our next match will be coming up momentarily. And here we have our first absolutely legendary rematch. Everybody in the chat tonight, call out what you think it is. And I'm telling you right here, right now, there's no way to predict what comes next. Have we learned from the mistakes of the past? Or will we repeat history and incur insanity? It is Team We Might Lose versus, in a rematch, against Team Grass Fed. In the gates will open. Standard opener. Stealth for Pamp. Zerk hugging the pillar. Chromosomes dives forward. Gets a little bit of damage off on the Jelly Bean. Comes out of stealth. Immediately into a root beam. Gets kicked. Trinkets early in the match. Pocketing. Oh, we have Ultra Time instead. Jellydean seems to be the kill target. Unfortunately, miscommunication by Team Grassfed cyclones the kill target. Jellydean gets off scot-free from Chromosome's burst. Ray of Frost coming through from Zerk. Big damage on the Chromosomes. It's about 10%. This might be a game that runs into dampening that sees that Ray of Frost pay off more and more. Zerk has survived to the 40-second mark. Will that continue to be the case? He is dropping low on 30, onto 10. And will he get chased down by the holy shit? Perfect timing from the ice block to counteract the hunt from the Demon Hunter playing Devourer. Chromosomes lucky he has a bit more time to chew on his toy. The next time the hunt will come up in about a minute and 40. Cyclone onto the kill target again at full HP, no less. Pamp is sitting in bear form, and I'm not quite sure what is the plan here. Zerk needs to survive. I think hypothermia is not doing him any fucking favors. Why is he canceling his ice block so early? Blinks away from the snowdrift. He's desperate to get the precog. He wants to get the polymorph to get some relief from Chromosomes. Honest to God, the Burst Legend here playing Devourer is just ripping through the glass of this cannon. Zerk is getting flashbacks to the original round. Kicked. Pamp getting laser beamed. On 20% again, Defeata is defying fate, gets leg swept, and Zerk has to blink away. He luckily gets the Frost Nova off and getting some distance from Chromosomes, but it isn't enough. And the disrespect flag cannibalize? Taking a bite out of Zerk as if he's not been bitten enough. All right, folks at home, we have sent the challenge. I'm just waiting for these teams to accept. All right, here we have it. Team Grass Fed against Team Performance Anxiety. Now, I did make one small error. There is actually another loser's bracket. The champion from this round will go up against Team Steady Clappin'. I say that in a whisper because I don't want to awaken the beast. War Chief is hungry for the next challenger. "15 seconds, 10, 9, and the gates will open. We're going to find out just how tough these finalists really are. And I'm here for it. Standard opener. Both druids nearly in stealth. Chromosome starting off strong. Quick nuke to Oblivimu. It gives them a small chance to breathe before the end inevitably comes. Surf the Vibes attempting to get CC down range. Gets Nature Swifted into a Cyclone. Cutlass is getting blasted from 50 to 100. Steps up and gets feared in the rune sent by Chromosomes. Rail throwing out a root. This is the right move. Steps into deer form of all things, which is not quite right against any bladed class. Venison is delicious, and being turned into jerky is not a pro gamer move that'll win you any kind of championship. What we're looking for is bear meat. It's a lot tougher. Pamp disengages. Chromosomes forced into a root again, trying to help out. There's protests in the background coming from my daughter. I apologize. The Bluvamoo getting hit to 50, popping back up to 100. What can be said? A life-saving cocoon for Pamp. Coming from Surf the Vibes. The Cyclone coming in from Pamp onto Cutlass. A strange move as Chromosome's starting to just make contact with literally anything to do damage. Pamp on low HP. He needs Surf the Vibes to come out of a CC long enough to recover, and it happens. He goes from 40 to 100. We're at low dampening right now at about 10%. But Pamp goes right back into getting nuked. Health bar doesn't move too much, so that's a blessing. Surf locked up for 3 more seconds. Barkskin in bear form and Frenzied Regen keeps things light. Incarnation is ready, but he can't quite seem to make any damage stick. So honestly, Grassfed might be just turned into mulch. I don't know if you saw that, but Pamp just dropped to 5 and popped to 80%. This is the kind of healing that we were promised from top-end contenders. Chromosomes dropped to about 40 and popped up to 90. Another great save by Surf the Vibes, but if we're counting on the mana, he's only slightly edging out Railme. Slipped into bear form. Almost stunned in an Iron Bark. Pamp is getting the absolute layout. Memorizing these two bulls for every inch of their weapons. Something quite intimidating about 2 beefy Taurian weapon on your backside. Chromosomes, on the other hand, is getting a lot of free casting off. Uh-oh, getting a little disoriented here. Splitting damage. Oblivimoo on survival mode. Chromosome still bursting in Metamorphosis. Railme throwing healing out successfully out to the purple team. And Team Grassfed is trying to set up another win condition. We are now nearly 4 minutes into this 16% dampening match. What is the win condition here? What is the golden ticket? What is going to advance the next team? How is it all going to play out? Team performance anxiety gets locked up a bit, and Pamp is open, and it looks like Pamp is, quite frankly, the kill target the entire match. These two bulls connected at the hip. Frankly, looks like they're dancing almost. The health bars aren't even moving. But unfortunately, the mana battle is about to reach a fevered pitch. Railme gets hit with the hunt, doesn't do too much. The healing is about to overstress Railme and Surf the Vibes. The question is now, who blinks first? Life Cocoon saves Pamp's life once again. And that's it. We are about to hit fumes. The tank is set for E for empty, not extra fuel. And Pamp has spent more time in bear form than actually damaging for the majority of this match against an oppressive double melee composition that's just really ticking down the seconds for whichever healer runs out of gas first. Realme gets into a frenzy regeneration with a bear form, and Pamp is split not too far from Surf, but Surf is now wheezing out heals. That soothing mist is more like a soothing suggestion. Can't even land a Cyclone. And that's it. Realme landing Cyclones. The chain CC onto Surf might wrap this match up. A retaliatory paralysis. Just appeal a little bit. We are down to CC equals health bar at this point. Only 20 more seconds. Maybe want to shoot a random Song of Chi-Ji just into the melee group to peel anything, really. And there it is, yeah. The sleep comes through. Realme on 10%. What's going to happen here? Oh my god. Chromosomes and Surf the Vibes, now with Pamp alive still, have to make a clutch decision. Either Pamps dies right here in a 2v2 against double DPS and healer with no mana happens. Unreal. Is this possible? Can we see the 1v3 Ret Paladin versus Chromosomes and Surf the Mist with no mana? Is Paladin busted? 1v2 right here, right now. Huge stun on the Cutlass. Do you have anything in your pocket to... Yes, he does. Lay on hands. Back to 50. Huge Hodge on the Surf. But the damage burst from Chromosomes is too much. And we almost saw redemption in a very close match. Stay strapped. Don't leave that chair. I know your back is sweaty and you're bent like a banana. Posture check for everyone in chat. You're not going anywhere because we are going on to the next very soon. 72 people in the chat tonight. Make some goddamn noise because you know who's in this lobby. It's War Chief. Yes, we're still slobbing on it. That's my guild master. Fucking sue me. Going up against Team Grass-Fed after a amazing performance that was razor, knife's edge, closer than I got to Pump's mom. Very intimate, very nice lady. And the gates will open. Wally and Shaft storming out the gate straight to Chromosomes. Wally knocked 30% HP from the sheer damage that comes out of this friggin' monster class. Devourer showing out. Huge playpen. Roots a Dryad and a statue. Don't know if that's worth as Pamp gets blown to bits through bark skin and bear form. But the healers will stabilize. These are the healers you wish you had in your threes. Pamp's still desperate, getting flashbacks to the last round. You might as well take Druid of the Claw and sit in bear form the whole match. Do you have any chance of getting any burst down range? I'm not so sure. At 30% and spiking to 50, 60, 100, and Cyclone gets kicked. Wally on 50, and War Chief playing out in the open with Spirit Walker's Grace, keeping him from being kicked and able to cast on the move. Chromosomes spending his time in the back line. Able to get some damage down range. Things have calmed down and mellowed out in 1 minute and 8 seconds. Astral Shift onto I Am Shaft, anticipating some kind of burst, and Pamp is, well, never having to guess who's going to be hitting on his face or how his health bar is going to jump. He's guaranteed to be focused the whole match. Now, here's the trick, though. Whose mana recovery is stronger, War Chief's Mana Buns or Surf the Vibes' Mana Tea? We've seen in the past War Chief does make good use of out-of-combat moments to restore his mana bar, and he's going equal with Surf the Vibes, who's locked up in a fear right now and off in Africa. Pamp getting blasted, gets kicked on the Cyclone, can't play the game. Back into bear form he goes, as he ought to be. And here we go, Chief getting hit with the old monk combo, is slapped, and is there a tremor totem to retaliate? Chromosomes is abusing Shaft, but the burrow buys him time. Cyclone trying to bait the precog over on Pamp. He gets it and sends it shaft up in the air. Another big spear from Wally. Dives on top of Pamp with a stun. Chromosomes locked up in a hex. Standing still with a Void Ray. Kind of whiffing anything. That blindfold's on a little too tight and can't see shit. Normally he lands those. Wally's the one who's getting retaliated against. Please screenshot that. The turn of Shiz just said RMP wins this whole tournament. He's going to give away his account. I wonder how much that's worth. War Chief gets nearly a full drink off, and Shaft is sitting in a Cyclone. No pressure to speak of. A nearly wasted Song of Chi-Ji. Dude, we see a wind-up. We see Peel. This is the hallmark of excellent teammates who peel for one another under significant duress. Surf the Vibes getting a great cocoon on a Pamp. He might as well have a focus macro at this point. He hasn't had to heal chromosomes much at all. Big Fear off to the side. Hex onto Surf the Vibes. He breaks out of it somehow. Doesn't like to be a frog. Got a big smooch from off screen. I broke the curse. Wally's the one who's going low. We see a huge leg sweep go on to Chi, followed by Chi-Ji. Is canceled. What's going to be the game ender here? We're at 4 minutes and the endurance has not been shaken. War Chief with his team knows exactly how to go the distance. He says in his Discord bio he's got ED, but I tell you, he stayed hard for 11 minutes. Cyclone onto War Chief. Is this a setup or is this the buy time? Root Beam does nothing to this guy. Oh shit, Void Eruption. Locked out, Shaft on 50. The totem comes in, saves the day. See Chief just chilling in the back. Gets paralyzed. Astral Shift and a precog on what it appears to be actually intervene. My bad. Wally is living that life that Chromosomes is living. Honestly, he doesn't look to be the kill target. Pamps. Unreal. Wally is feeling it. Did we see Gnome Racial, or is it just damage that breaks him out of route there? Chromosomes quickly snapping down to 50, 30 popping to 80. As Surf the Vibes is low-key losing the man of battle towards you very slowly. Huge kick. Clip that. You want to see coverage like that in your solo shuffles, and you never will. Not even at 2K. Not even at 2K do you see coverage like that. Cyclone goes out into War Chief. No counter totem. Pamps just gets lower and lower, and honestly, if War Chief stays up to pace with Surf the Vibes, we might see Dampening win this game. Uh-oh. Root Beam. Paralysis. Does he break free? This could all snap to hell. A kick onto Surf. Huge execute range. Does Shaft and Wally have the umph? Shaft goes down. And Wally's the next one to fall to Chromosome's oppressive damage. This is it. The last chance to catch the finals, grand finals. This is the best of 3. And the gates will open in the best of 3 grand finale of the MDGA 3v3 tournament for $1 million gold payout. Chromosomes leaps forward, gets Big Dim onto Eli, half HP and crying about it. Phantoms pops them back up to full HP. Root Beam keeps them out of the game until they blink out of it. Crazy stun onto Surf the Vibes. Pamp go into bear form. Pamp, don't die. Barkskin doing most of the heavy lifting because Surf the Vibes is trapped in a sheep. We switch targets randomly. I think Chromosomes is the one. Oh, wait a second. Is this a Mantis Shrimp versus what am I looking at? What am I looking at? Is this Nuke v Nuke with respect for one another's goes? Pamp, stay alive. Life Cocoon comes through. There's no stun onto Surf. It all stays crisp and kosher. Mimi, without Shadow Blades, is actually getting licked pretty hard. Full kidney, 5 seconds. Pamp, out of bear form again. Cheap shot on the chromosomes. Nuke v nuke. Can't engage. Quite yet. Get around this pillar so we catch the action. Locked up the healers. Mimi getting hammered. This is the first time they will be suffering a casualty. Not quite. They control combat as a rogue. Vanish is one of their most powerful abilities. Chromosomes getting mega focused. Ray of Frost into regular road damage. A kidney shot. Where is Surf the Vibes? The smoke bomb is insane. Oh my god. The blur is crazy, but it's not good enough. Mimi is just everywhere. And the stuns are so oppressive. And Team RMP Academy, you dread it, is going in to have the first win of the best of 3. Prepare for your game 2. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and everything in between, this could be it. The Big Kahuna. The Krakatoa. The Big Fish. The absolute showstopper. I had a brief moment to be in the Discord with the teams as they were preparing. And let me tell you, they were already forming game plans on game plans, contingencies on contingencies. Not for a second did doubt or despair, and let me say it again, no second did doubt or despair creep in. Only time for strategy. And the plan is to win. The gates will open. Standard opener. Chromosomes. Holy, standard opener. I lied. Surf the Vibe straight to the front line. Mimi must be getting screen peeked because Surf the Vibes was right on top of him. If they are streaming for each other, then it is a crazy comp. Strat. Eli getting thrown into the root beam. It is a spend of cooldown. Pamp getting hammered. A lot of aggression. And instead of committing the life cocoon, we just straight heal right through it. We have no bear form. Holy crap. Mimi gets close to lethal. Angel from Phantoms. The Guardian Spirit onto Mimi. Onto Mimi. Shadow steps. Surf the Vibes. Here comes a crazy setup. And this is where the power of Rogue, Mage, Priest comes in. It's in the control. It's in the burst. And Pamp has provided coverage with a Cyclone, cutting off Mimi from a full burst. 40 seconds to the next. Shadow Blades. But they are pocketing. A Shadow Dance. A lethal one at that. We see the control. We see the stun. Pamps is getting hammered. That Shadow Dance is back up again. We're still holding on to Cloak of Shadows. Life Cocoon comes through, prevents the go. Cloak of Shadows is committed, and Surf the Vibes goes into Fortifying Brew to prevent getting one shot by Mimi. But the bad news is we have about 10 seconds before Mimi ends up going back into nuke mode. Chromosomes, on the other hand, in a dire condition. Phantoms locked up. Chromosomes locked up. And like that, Chromosomes is knocked out. And ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed it. Rogue Mage Priest locks up anything happening on the bracket because it is that oppressive. And the winners of the Grand Finals, RMP Academy, Rogue Mage Priest Academy, go home with $1 million gold and no shame for playing a marvelous tournament tonight. If Arena and PvP is what you love, then the ones that are finest at doing it is going to be Make Durotar Great again. In-game on Tichondria's Horde, laying down the law in Durotar, our sands, out at the front gates of Oromar. you should really consider joining. Thank you so very much for watching, everybody. And a huge shout out to Muerte for bankrolling so very much of what makes things possible here at Make Durotar Great again. Huge shout out to War Chief for being the very finest caliber of Guildmaster to host things just like this and set them up. A massive shout out to Shockies for hosting and being the GOAT and making this the top stream for World of Warcraft tonight on the genre, on the category. And thank you to all of you for giving us the chance to entertain tonight. You don't have to be just a watcher. Come participate. We'd love, love, love to have you guys.